Hello everyone, I am Sacred. A heartily welcome to you all, and thank you all for joining me in another mod spotlight in Hearts of Iron 4. Today the mod will be the mod called Dominium Baltica, Swedish focus tree. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, it is about Sweden. It has a really huge focus tree, and it already has nearly 5,000 subscribers, despite the fact that it only came out 8 days ago. And the file size is 381 megabytes, so it's quite a bit for a mod which is only affecting one country. Let's check out the description and then get right to the game. Welcome to Dominium Baltica, Swedish focus tree. This mod includes a new Swedish focus tree, 50 new events regarding Sweden, 50. Tons of new ideas, new leader portraits and flags, new generals and admirals. The focus tree gives the player more than 2 options. You have the choice of breaking neutrality, staying neutral but support Germany, let communists revolt in Scandinavia, form the counter union, and so much more. The focus tree is completely done, but I will add more events and generals in the mod. If you have suggestions for the mod, leave them in the comments below. Also, I can't test the mod because of my Play-Doh laptop, so report bugs in the comments. So firstly, let's thank dear Benkmeyer for making this great mod. So the guy is a Dutch developer. You see there? And then, let's get straight into the game. If the game finishes loading, the focus tree is huge. Also, you start off with custom generals, which is a good thing. You can see here with, I think, 6 or 7 custom generals. Some of them have portraits, some don't. Furthermore, you also get your 2 very own admirals of the Untitled Chapter. It's called. If you are communist, the leader will be Sven Linderoth. If you will become fascist, the leader, not him, the leader will be Sven Olof Lindholm. And if you become non-aligned, leader will be Gustav V of Sweden. Or if you decide to stay democratic, it will be, as usual, Per Ellen Hansen. So you start off with your normal borders in Sweden, and the game finally finished loading, so we can get straight into it. Here you can see the glorious game, and here let's select the mighty nation of Sweden, currently having the German iron ore trade, Gustav V of Sweden, and the neutral foreign policy. As regular, let's get straight to the game without historical focus turned on. So we got a unique experience outside, which is quite important, I think. Well, we start off with 16 factories, and yeah, really insanely huge focus tree. Wow! Let's start with the industrial expansion. So here you can just improve your general industry, getting more and more factories, some research for some naval dockyards, some civilian factories, some reform, some oil, and yeah, and some Scandinavian investments. Then you can, we call this part lighter. On the side here we have the arm neutrality, so you can go for the arm neutrality. I mean, you can go for that and even become fascist, so it shouldn't be a problem, I think. You just improve your guns to get some women's defense service, even the women into the army, I think. With all thoroughly made descriptions, so really well done. That's why I like. I really don't like if the mod lacks descriptions. Well, here we don't have the problem. The Swedish Veteran Guard Regiment and the lessons from World War I. And then Dominium Baltica, where you can just improve your navy and challenge the German fleet, getting some ports and expanding the mighty Swedish Navy. Alright. So, there of Sweden we can either go neutral or finish the our neutrality. If we go neutral, things won't be that, fun outside, but you can choose of becoming the complete republic or still of staying a constitutional monarchy. If you do so, the Swedish king, you'll ban fascism, the northern democracy, spoil the Danish, spoil the Norwegians, and Operation Rara Denmark, where you can get a double government war goal against the German Reich. Or you can do the Arn Convention, the Nordic Conference, support Finland, support Germans, or support Danish. And then either way, so you have you can also integrate Jewish workers, of course, if Germany is at war with them, only then. Yeah. And then here's the Swedish iron. You can go for a new iron policy. You can do neutrality through friendship, the Iron Pact, or and German iron. And here's the biggest path. We can either go democratic, stay fascist, or become communist. Yeah, it's all thoroughly made. But you can either decide of creating the Swedish your own communist union, or of establishing the Swedish-Soviet friendship, where you just join the Comintern, most likely arrest fascists, like a one-party policy, etc. And then the Red Fleet, or the Path of Restoration, where you are actually able to create the Kalmar Union, the damage you can like just annex. After you spread some propaganda shit, you can annex Denmark, Norway, and Finland. Yeah, so create a huge Scandinavian empire if that is in your interest. And last but not least, you can form the Kalmar Union and get some nice industrial expansion. You can even go ahead and get the Holy Roman Empire focus tree, where you will get Catholic government war goal against the German Reich. So that is quite interesting. You can do the Greenland question, or Greenland belongs to the Nords. You can create some Swedish colonial legacy, which is quite interesting. Our Germanic brother, or the path of Sweden. So, well, and then here you can become the democratic united governments, become the beacon of the North, invite Norway, invite Denmark, invite Finland, and then prepare yourself for winter. So this will be like the most, well, I'd say, boring path. Well, but I want you to decide if I should become a democratic, fascist, or communist. Yeah, I want you to decide that. To become democratic, fascist, or communist. So be sure to vote right now. The vote should pop up right now. Thank you. I just noted the time when it should. Alright, so I'll go ahead, and what I'll do is let's see. Should I end on neutrality right now? There's no need. Let's just simply go ahead and let's improve our industry outside. Improve our industry and navy. Industrial expansion. It certainly lacks a description. Well, I'll go ahead. The signs are, I don't know, why it's like that. It shouldn't be that messed up. Anyway, let's get one civilian and then 2 more military factories. Yeah, let's get some Swedish weapons. Wait, you see that? I'm not able to research anything. What? Well, I think it's a problem with my game Wild. Well, I don't want to abort the spotlight here. So what we can do in the meanwhile, while the game is loading once more, because you know bugs and Hearts of Iron 4, although it can be also player related in that instance, so that should not be a, well, big problem. Let's go ahead here. Dominium Baltica is pretty focus tree. Well, I said, if you want to become, well, a communist, this is the focus tree, how it will look like. So you'll have the choice there of either unifying the governments of Norway, where you can actually like go ahead, and I think also, yeah, you are able to, like the same in the Kalmar Union, you can like unify the governments, where you will send a referendum, and if you do the Norwegian socialist propaganda, I think it will most likely work without any problems, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I think it was because of the industry mod, so if that's a problem, be sure not to play with these kinds of mods. Alright, so then, yeah, it's up to you if we should become fascist or communist. You are here to decide if that should be the case, so be sure to vote your democratic vote. Yeah, the Red Fleet and even the tanks of liberation. So the tanks of liberation, that's quite funny though. And, well, if some of you want to stay neutral at all costs, well, you can stay neutral, but things won't be that exciting because you will have big problems of declaring wars to others. You will not be able to actually declare wars, and you know, a neutral nation is locked in the instance of declaring wars. Only if world tension is 100%, then you are able to, I think. So yeah. But if you would like to have a challenge, then I think that's the right thing for you. Yeah. Alright, now the game has to upload once more, and then let's see the quotes in here. Well, giraffes are heartless creatures. Do you agree with that? I wouldn't say that that's the case. Giraffes are not that, well, heartless of a creature, I'd say. So, there we go. Finally, this one was quite just explaining of the content, because it's so content rich, took us nearly 11 minutes. So that's quite a bit for such a small mod. Pretty in depth, but yeah, research works now with these. So if you play this mod, be sure to play it without any mods which modify the research better. That's a problem. I'll build 1 civilian and 2 more military for me, and I'll get the, let's get the industrial path going, industrial expansion. Yeah, get more weapons, I'd say. Unit 3 oil, which I can get from the, let's just get it from a neutral nation, from Romania. From Iraq, yeah, Iraq. We're getting 6 oil through Iraq, so, well, we are actually, we just improved Iraq's industry by, guess how much, by 25%. So Swedish support for Iraq is really vital. Well, if Sweden may have supported Iraq in real life, then I think most likely Saddam Hussein would be still in power. No, just kidding. Alright, so we have 20 factories, 3 military, 3 naval, and 14 civilian. If you ask yourself why we have that many civilian, let's get the theme done. Just, it's just the same songs all the time. Yeah, let's just shuffle it. Okay, then let's go ahead and get the Stockholm industry. This path sadly lacks a, well, description, but that's not a problem. Our army, we have 12 divisions, and we have 63,000 field men. The thing is that they need reinforcements, so yeah, your army is nowhere strong to compete against your neighbors at this very moment. So be sure to develop your army if you want to become a quite strong power. Well, I would have go for the like fascist path, but I want you to decide. So yeah, we are not missing out on anything, I'd say. Either democratic, fascist, or communist. If we go communist, we can actually yeah, like get the Red December and the Danish workers. So we can create a united communist or a united fascist government. Or go ahead and play the boring democracy where we are not able to unite the countries. We're just able to stand there with our own faction and just do nothing. So I urge you, please do not vote for democratic. Vote for fascist or communist, but please do not vote for democratic. Thank you. Let's get the industrial reforms done. We'll get some increased factory outputs and less consumer goods requiring to build stuff. That's, I think, yeah, quite decent. Let's get dispersed industry, and yeah, we have 90. We are getting 9 factories through trade. Let's see, what are they getting from me? They are mainly getting steel from me, steel, some tungsten, but mainly steel. So yeah, I think the proximity also plays an important role of like if a nation is going to trade with you or not. I think they'll deploy in this province of Svealand. What's that? I think an excavation this might be useful, especially for Sweden with our resource-rich country. Alright, go into there, you know, that was sweet. So we have 9 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 7 destroyers, and 13 submarines. I'll go ahead and get the let's get the Karlstad industry with 2 more civilian factories. The games of the 9th Olympiad, the games are concluded. Oh yeah, great. Let's what should I get? What should I get? Well, that's a lot of time. Well, perhaps artillery. Although I don't even have a strong army, so it's I don't think. Anyways, I think the sound workhorse will be a good long-term, well, investment. So for now, I intend to, well, get my industry really well developed, so like get all of the industrial paths done, and then let's see how strong we will become actually. Let's see what the path of like armed neutrality does us. We can do armed neutrality. Which will just give us increased attack on core and territory, like get some extra tank modifiers and get some even the women's where we'll even become more factory output. Alright. Well then, let's not go for that yet. Let's finish building up the mighty Swedish industry. I'll go ahead and I'll don't need any infrastructure. Let's go ahead and fund local factories. Fund local military factories, so we'll get 2 more military ones. That's quite nice. I'll use them smartly after I got the, let's get the captain of industry. I'm not playing with the national focus mod because that may cause problems. After we got, yeah, I'm going, so you can get, let's count, you can get 5 naval dockyards, 7 military factories, and 6 civilian ones through the focus. So that's, I think, not open. That's quite nice. That's like not too less, but not too much either. So that's quite a nice balance. So yeah, you start off with 3 research slots as Sweden. I think we are clearly one of the strongest countries in the Northern Hemisphere. Here, compared to Denmark and Norway, we are way stronger than they are. Clearly. I think we have the second, we may have the second strongest army. I think the Finnish army is stronger than ours. There we go. Now let's get the government-sponsored industry. Where we'll get 2 military factories in Norrland. Excavation is done. Let's get construction and first industry. Let's see. We have 2 free factories. I'll get some nice artillery equipment as well. 4 of that and then 2 of that each. Alright, let's build more military factories in Svealand and Västergötland. I hope my Swedish is acceptable enough to pronounce the terms correct. Let's get the industrial concern. He may be useful in the future as well. After that, I'll just get my, perhaps, a theorist. Yeah. Theorist. Well, the world didn't really change that much. Oh, wow, what's going on? Well, France and Britain announced their alliance. Germany decided to remilitarize the Rhinelands. So the fascists won the Spanish Civil War, the Pax Americana got enacted, and the Polish-Romanian alliance got also enacted. Next thing will be full mobilization effort, where we will get 3 military factories. That's amazing. Let's get more weapons, I'd say. Yeah, more weapons for now. Svealand. We're getting 12 factories through trade. So nearly half of our civilian economy is, well, through trade. We only own 13 and we're getting 12 through trade. Well, if that's not much, well, I wouldn't know what to say. Almost even 13. I think nations even require more and more as the time continues, so that's good for Sweden. Who is our main partner? Our main partner is, well, I think, well, the German Reich. After that, the Netherlands, Switzerland, yeah. We are exporting everything. We are exporting tungsten, steel. We have 0 left for exports. Well, my current policy is export focus. Yeah. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Now we got 3 more military factories. Let's fund the future where we'll get like some rocket investments, which will grant us, well, nice buffs in, okay, in the rocket research, but it's not so useful, but it's at least something. British government invites Swedish politicians. Let's see. The British government has invited our politicians this week, trying to spark a political debate. The British will even throw a party for the politicians after they arrive to talk about the German threats. We're gonna accept this excellent invite, but we're gonna also keep it to ourselves and maybe spare our neutrality in German eyes. Let's say we will go to get the 10 nice political power. Alright, yeah, I want to go for at least partial mobilization. It's not possible yet, so I'll just go ahead and get the military theorist. We are funding our glorious future. After that we can create the Stockholm Science Circle, where we'll get our 4th research slots. It's quite nice. Let's get also excavation. And radio, radar station. I don't need. Let's get, yeah, motorized, let's say, motorized equipment. Amelia Isle disappears. Rather sorry for you. That's when we're getting 15 factories to trade. If that's not much, I wouldn't know what to say. And there we go, Japan declared war on Shanxi, and now I can go ahead and even get partial mobilization after I got the needed political points for that. The Stockholm Science Circle will be of great use for us. There we go. So I think, yeah, we'll be nearly fully able to develop our industry before the war breaks out. Yeah, to get a really strong Swedish-based industry, and you will decide if it will be democratic, fascist, or communist. So what would be the most useful thing to research? I guess I can get my military also up to date. Furthermore, the next thing will be, let's get, we don't need army neutrality. Well, I need this one, but that's a bit far away. So I'll go ahead and prepare myself. I'll abandon neutrality. I'll do the end of neutrality, which will cost us 100 political power, but that's okay. I'll get partial mobilization right now. Look to the mighty Swedish industry. It's being to able, just being to able factory after factory. Then should I maximize out Scania? Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. There's no needs. There's no needs. Let's go ahead. There we go. All right, Scania. Okay, 1 for now only, and we got more factories from 15. Let's increase this by 2. And the next thing will be end our neutrality. Europe has changed. Wars once fought for land shall now be fought for ideology and moral beliefs. Sweden should enforce its ideology on this new world before the world does it on Sweden. The time of change for Sweden has come. Time to get mountaineers. Our army is at least quite well developed. I'm not fielding any new troops because, yeah, I lack the manpower right now. But if we become communist or fascist, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. I hope we'll become it before 1949. I think, yeah, Germany should not invade Denmark that early. I think maybe in 1940, so we should be alright in that instance. I think, yes, we are ending our bill of neutrality, and I need some aluminum. Well, let's get it from which nation? From Yugoslavia, yeah. Sporting Yugoslavia. Let's spot the weak country. Let's spot Yugoslavia. Let's say Yugoslavia. So let's see how they are doing. They have 19 to 24 civilian factories. We are trading 16 away. The Soviets withdrew their troops. Don't know why. They got scared of the Japanese most likely. Scania valves we got. Next thing will be, let's get improved infantry equipment, which was only well opened 4 years ahead. That's not even much. Sport weapons. Next thing, let's also get some marines. Could be useful. I can do the new arm policy, but let's go ahead and get the armed neutrality. Sweden has been neutral since 1815 and can remain such with a decent army, but the guarantee of peace can only be promised by a big army. But actually, I just thought it over. Let's get these nice ports instead. So 2 naval dockyards in Malmö. I hope it's called Malmö, not like something else. You can see even more military factories in Scania, for example. I'll maximize it out. Yeah, in Scania and Småland. Alright, so yeah. So you should most likely also just build military ones, because if you build civilian ones, then you will simply run out of slots at one point. So yeah, go ahead and get as many military factories as possible as Sweden. Poland 6 Baltic cooperation, so they formed the Georgia, so they will be just like John will eat them, just eat them, yummy. Germany is doing the untrue, so they'll get the strong Austrian industry, we can see there. Poland. Yeah, I wish like it would be nice to maybe annex Poland, but our army is nowhere too strong enough, and they only have 2 naval ports, so yeah, our army isn't strong enough to compete against the Polish. Let's get some authorized equipment, like let's say 3 naval ports we got. Next thing will be first we get some rubber from, let's get it from Xi'an. No, they're too far away, let's simply get it from the, no, it's British, they're also far away. From France, fine, for it from France. 3 dockyards, let's expand the naval ports with 3 more naval dockyards. So, yep, a strong navy is awaiting us. Great, we no longer get the effects of broken neutrality, that's such a huge problem, is it? Okay, let's solve things down. Mounted infantry 1, we got. Squad weapons 2. We are expanding the naval ports after that. Let's see, I could connect here, get to these 2 factories. And now I could go for the path of restoration there. But after this focus is done, I will finish the episode here a bit earlier, and I want you to decide. I got the political power ready, so be sure to vote after let's finish. What I can do is for now to send my navy into this province. Yeah, it's really strong. We can let's simply delete it all. Just a shame. The Germans annex Austria. Respectable. Yeah, but our manpower is low. I think that's nothing new. South Iraq, I'm no longer support here. Let's see, let's give 8. Okay, if they give 8, that's decent. Then, select technology, let's get what? Yeah, let's get the signal company. Our army is still on it, 63,000 man strong. Our Romania declared war on Hungary, why in the name of God? Did they do that? Hungary is led by the MPHM, by the fascists. So they could join the Axis and things would turn out to be ugly, but Germany doesn't want to accept them, now it seems like. Hungary may fall to the Romanians, that won't be so nice for them. Okay, expanded naval ports are complete, let's get the 10-day boost and after that finish the episode. So I want to thank you all for watching me. Please be sure to check out my other content, and be sure to vote and stand tuned for the second episode here. So, we got 10-day boost, let's save the game here. With this, I want to thank you all for watching me. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. I'm Sacred and I'm out. Have a good day to you all and see you next time. Goodbye.